in the next 5 to 10 years. We are in uncharted territory, folks. For what it's worth, the amount of trouble that Microsoft went through for this acquisition, the scrutiny is sparked. I don't see them going for another mega publisher again, like EA or Take-Two. They will probably buy individual studios like CD Projekt Red, IO Interactive, or Remedy. I think this is kind of where I'm still sitting at. I own all consoles. I play all consoles. I just spent 40 hours this week playing Resident Evil 4 Remake on my Xbox Series X. I play my MMOs and a lot of my big exclusives on my freaking PlayStation 5. I think my concerns are still what happens in 10 years. I'm becoming a bit of an old man. So I have definitely seen the rise and fall of companies. I've seen the 90s console wars. I've watched a lot of company trash talk. I'm just kind of curious what's going to happen if somebody like Tencent or Embracer Group just keeps buying up everything. What if they do just keep buying up all those AA and AAA studios? I do think that in the long run, this massive acquisition run could end up being a negative. In a weird way, I do trust Xbox a lot as a publisher. They definitely seem to be incredibly hands-off, for better or for worse. I have seen some people say that maybe Microsoft should have actually cracked down on 343 Industries to make sure that Halo Infinite was better than it was. Or maybe, Microsoft has problems with deadlines or hype, like where's Fable? But I think that's also kind of a positive. Honestly, if Microsoft is being hands off, if they're buying studios that are making good games and then just funding them to safely do what they were already doing, let's see how that turns out. I'm definitely open-minded to this, but we'll see how it all turns out. I mean, I'll probably still be making videos in 10 years.
Bruh.
Just with...
That's depressing to think about. Holy shit.
A lot less hair. Thank you so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. All right, I'm gonna go eat breakfast. And oh yeah, this Activision lady. This is like this.
No, I will be long fucking gone.
CEO companies. She basically was like, they have finally defeated Sony's campaign to protect its dominance by blocking our merger. They can't overcome the facts, and Microsoft has already presented an effective and enforceable remedies. We know this deal will benefit competition, innovative, and consumers. Xbox dudes completely love this lady because she trash talks Sony all day long, and it's pretty funny. She's also leaked some statements of Jim Ryan being a real big jerk. Maybe another word that's much more harsh than jerk. Being a bitch. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you
based Activision attorney. I guess my dream of working on Call of... No, I'm just kidding. Don't have a dream of working on Call of Duty. But, yeah. I would never go work for Activision once Microsoft buys them. I don't know if I could survive in Microsoft. That would be interesting, right? Griff will still stream when he's 90? Fuck no. Hell no, man. Absolutely not. All right, what else should we watch? Griffin and Microsoft, you don't need to work at all. I know, true. It's like the adult daycare shit. I'll be streaming on my deathbed. Yeah, I'll stream during the birth of my first child. During my wedding. Honeymoon. What else should we watch? I'm trying to think. Wonder if nope, nothing yet. Oh my god, is Rich going after another fucking retro console brand? Jesus Christ. What short? MBG's coping? Really? Alright, let's see.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. I really appreciate it. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover here today. So do me a favor, if you end up enjoying this video or finding it informative, be sure to leave it a like. Helps the videos out more than you know. And if you are new here to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. We're starting here talking a little bit about Resident Evil 4 Remake. First of all, today is launch day. So if you're somebody who bought the game and has been playing it, let me know how you're liking it so far. But there is an important update regarding the PS5 version of RE4 Remake specifically. Ooh. This is coming from the official Resident Evil Twitter account. They say, we are aware of an issue where players may experience flickering lights on the bottom of the screen when playing the PS5 version of Resident Evil 4. Here are some temporary fixes we recommend. We intend to fix the issue in a future update and apologize for any inconvenience. So it says here, if you're experiencing this issue, please try saving and restarting your game. If the problem persists, try changing one of the following settings in the game's options menu. Number 1, set the depth of field in the display tab. The next topic, though, we have an update on the upcoming Ghost of Tsushima movie. This is coming from Chad's
dog. Who fucking cares?
A kind of random topic, but it might end up being relevant. A U.S. senator says that Sony has a monopoly on high-end Japanese game market. It says here from Push Square, a new player has entered the never-ending saga of Microsoft's proposed $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Democratic Senator Maria Cantwell, who represents the state of Washington, weighed in on the subject today in a rather confusing fashion. Spotted over on Reset Era, the senator made some comments during a Senate Finance Committee hearing on the president's 2023 trade policy agenda, which we are sure was incredibly engaging. Senator Cantwell stated that she was, quote, told that Sony controls a monopoly of 98% of the high-end game market, yet Japan's government has allowed Sony to engage in blatant anti-competitive conduct through exclusive deals and payments to game publishers establishing games that are among the most popular in Japan, end quote.
Isn't that wonderful, bro? Our wonderful senators are focusing on the hard-hitting issues that affect the United States so heavily. You know, it really is amazing. Thank God we elected these people.
This 98% figure is quite misleading, ignoring PC, Nintendo, and mobile games, and instead...
Mobile and Nintendo are not high-end, bro. Let's be honest. Mobile and Nintendo are both mobile, and they're not high-end.
It refers to Sony's adoption rate over Microsoft in Sony's home region of Japan, a revelation which shouldn't come as much of a surprise to anyone moderately aware of the video game industry. After accusing Japan's Federal Trade Commission of having failed to investigate this alleged exclusionary conduct properly, she asked U.S. Trade Representative Cr1tikal, what do you think we can do to address these issues and create a level playing field? As Luke Plankett over at Kotaku rightly points out, it's ludicrous to suggest Sony has some kind of monopoly on the Japanese gaming market because, quote, Sony doesn't even have a 98% share of the God of War market, a series they own, since Steam is getting 30% of every sale on PC, end quote. Obviously, we can't...
What? Oh my God. What type of fucking argument is that? They don't control God of War because Steam gets a 30% revenue cut? What type of fucking dumbassery is that? Holy shit, dude.
Can't expect elected officials to be experts on everything, but it sure is a conspicuous take during a fairly critical moment in the ongoing acquisition effort. This article ends by asking a question. They ask, is it relevant that Microsoft, not to mention Nintendo, is headquartered within Senator Cantwell's district of Redmond, Washington, or that Microsoft has contributed more than $500,000 to Cantwell over the past 2 decades. We will let you decide. And you kind of understand what they're suggesting here, and I have to be honest, it's hard not to at least...
Whoa, you mean a politician got lobbied by a company in their home state? Dude, $500,000 over 2 decades is nothing. In the world of campaign finance, that's like fucking piss. Nobody fucking cares about $25,000 a year when it comes to running for the Senate. That's not even like... That's probably not even enough to like pay for lunch for a year on the campaign trail.
At least consider this, because it is pretty disingenuous to make it seem like Sony has a complete stranglehold over the Japanese...
They do on the premium console gaming market. You could make the case for that.
...market, while simultaneously completely ignoring Nintendo, which is...
Nintendo's not a high-end console, bro.
...a huge competitor in Japan, and also going on to completely ignore PC and even...
PC's not a console.
...the mobile game market.
Mobile gaming's not high-end.
To me, that is disingenuous, because Sony simply is not the only, player in Japan. That's just not the case. If you follow video games, you know that's not the case. Now, when it comes to specifically just Sony and Microsoft, we know that Microsoft, compared to Sony, pretty much has no presence in Japan. But that doesn't mean that Sony is literally the only competitor in the video game space in Japan. So... pretty strange, have to admit. This is a pretty strange take coming seemingly out of nowhere, as the article points out, during a pretty critical time. So you guys make of that what you will. But one last thing we do have to cover here with this whole situation. It is actually really important, and I think some people
here we go.
might be pretty happy to hear about this, depending on, which side of the fence you're on. So this is being reported by Push Square. It says, in a stance softening that's almost certain to conclude in Microsoft's unobstructed buyout of Activision Blizzard, the UK's Competition and Markets Authority has changed its opinion on the impact the eye-watering $69 billion acquisition could have on console competition, referencing new evidence which suggests it's likely to be minimal. According to a statement released earlier today, an inquiry has reached the provisional conclusion that overall, the transaction will not result in a substantial lessening of competition in relation to console gaming in the UK. It seems the regulators now do not believe there's a financial incentive for Microsoft to make Activision's games, including Call of Duty, exclusive. While the CMA's original analysis indicated that the strategy would be profitable under most scenarios, new data, which provides better insight into the actual purchasing behavior of Call of Duty gamers, indicates that this strategy would be significantly loss-making under any plausible scenario, it says. Now, there is an update here. It says Activision Blizzard has released a gleeful response in relation to the UK regulators' softened stance today. The CMA's updated provision...
Yeah, they want their fucking money, bro.
Original findings show an improved understanding of the console gaming market and demonstrate a commitment to supporting players in competition. It said, Sony's campaign to protect its dominance by blocking our merger can't overcome the facts, and Microsoft has already presented effective and enforceable remedies to address each of the CMA's remaining concerns. We know this deal will benefit competition, innovation, and consumers in the UK. So basically, what we are seeing here is one of the major regulatory bodies that has made it very difficult for Microsoft pretty much completely change their tune. Now, it's worth noting that they still do have concerns in the cloud gaming sector, but this is going to be no problem. Microsoft will make whatever concessions they have to. But when it comes to the big thing that Sony was holding on to, that being like, you can't let this go through because of Call of Duty, so on and so forth, that is no longer an issue for the CMA. And, when we kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture here, it seems like this is pretty much the straw that's going to break the camel's back in a way. There maybe up until this point was the potential of, okay, this could maybe still get blocked and not go through.
Nope.
After this, though, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to go through. And so we did recently hear as well that apparently, even though the EU hasn't issued their final verdict yet, we've been hearing rumblings that apparently they're going to end up being okay with it as well. And so really all that leaves is the FTC. They will be the final one standing, still attempting to sue Microsoft. And in that situation, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if there's a chance that maybe the FTC, you know, after the EU and the CMA basically say, yeah, we're letting it go through. If the FTC is the only one left standing, maybe they'll decide, you know what, we're not going to bother taking this to court. I do not know. What I do know, however, is that if there was ever a time for Sony to basically, you know, let it go and just maybe sign that 10-year contract and move on, it's now. And unfortunately for Sony, I think that's pretty much all they're going to be able to do. Now, I have seen some people speculating that...
Bruh, I don't know if I'd give it to him, honestly. I don't know. Oski with the 5, which one do you think I should get? The Dome Fossil or Helix Fossil? I believe the Dome Fossil is Cabotops, right? Yeah, I think I'd go Dome, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I'm a gamer!
Gaming.
Groovy!
Yeah, I'd probably go Dome.
Maybe it's too late for Sony to sign that 10-year contract. I highly doubt that. We have to understand that if Microsoft were
that's right. Chrome to the Dome, bro.
to, you know, play hardball with Sony all of a sudden, there are still things, if I'm not mistaken, that could basically work against them, and that could and would be used against them. So it would likely be in Microsoft's best interest to just let Sony sign that 10-year deal like the other companies. And we do also have to consider that Microsoft is likely going to want to continue making more acquisitions after Activision Blizzard. So if they were to suddenly turn on Sony and say, we're no longer going to let you sign this 10-year contract, that absolutely would be used against them with their next acquisition. And I do not think Microsoft wants to take that chance. So I think ultimately what we are seeing here is the beginning of the end of this entire thing. And I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to it because while I do not know what the long-term implications are of Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard, what I do know is that this is...
They better not fuck up COD, bro. That's all I can say.
...going to force Sony to have to be on their toes and to have to make sure that they are pushing even harder to be the best that they can be. And as a PlayStation fan, I have absolutely no problem with that. But I do think it is going to be very interesting to see what happens in the video game industry.
Stomp on me,
once
mommy.
This goes through and it's, you know, a done deal, and you know, to see what comes after that. So there you go. That's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you found it informative. Leave it a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.
Super informative. Bad news for Sony. Oh god, moving my messy game collection. Oh, ew. Jesus Cristo.
I sincerely hope you enjoy unnecessarily long, verbose content, because I chronicled my entire move, which involved boxing up my game collection and putting together my new office.
No!
Okay, so it's about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks until I actually move, somewhere around there, but, you know, I figured before I start packing, I should probably show you my current situation, because I've always said before, you know, during the collection videos and things like that, I'll show you my full collection or my setup at some point, but let me show you that until like after I move. And I'm realizing that's a disservice because I've been in this apartment for 7-8 years, and that's just not right. Very small, but of course there's the Kawakami body pillow.
Nika!
That's not going anywhere. But yeah, this is a very
Never leave home without it.
small room, and these things are all a lot of stuff in here is old. This
What
desk
the
is
fuck?
you know, super beat up. Here's the chair I've been using, and you know, I've got books and just a bunch of little knickknacks and things like that. I've got cardboard set up there so Melissa can't run back near all my, you know, cables that are not managed at all. So I didn't do any cable management. And, you know, as you get more products and more things, you just kind of commit to either not doing cable management or doing it. And so it's all messy back here. But you've seen this is the main. I'm always like rotating. The real nightmare. You know, more little home supplies that just didn't really have room, right? But you're seeing multiple PlayStation 3s. I do tend to service some of these early consoles. So some of them are for parts. Some I've recently fixed up.
Holy shit.
There's a ton over there. These are all like inbox consoles and things like that, right? And just like things are now getting on the floor. Like, this isn't cool. But at least this will be addressed relatively soon. So it's a lot of that. And I feel like people thought I had a ton of games. And this is certainly a lot. But I feel like if you watch other room tours and what other people are working with, they have a lot more. So I'm not sure what the expectation
That's
was.
not anything to be proud of.
Was for me, excuse me. But this is where I've gotten to over the course of...
Yeah, the worst console of all time, and he has like an entire fucking wall of them.
Well, since I stopped selling video games, which was around the PlayStation 3 generation. So, yeah, I've got some 360, some Wii, my Switch stuff is overflowing in here, some original Xbox, a lot of extra Hannah Montana PS2 games that are sealed. This is from a failed YouTube video, so it's never like gonna be, you can't really see what that was.
Why does he have a bunch of Hannah Montana video games?
But the story behind what that video was supposed to be is on Patreon, which I'm not trying to like payment gate certain videos, but there's a lot of deleted scenes and videos and things like that on there that just if they don't make it onto the channel, I usually try and put some extra stuff up there. But yeah, here's like everything that I've got, right? And also like the random unboxing. Some people ask where does some of that like extra junk go? I keep it because I can always mix and match box art and things like that and complete games, and then either sell some extra ones or keep them and give them to Cr1tikal, or just whenever I need them, right? I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with the bulk of it, but for now I've just got it all sitting around. Just some more knickknacks and things like that. So, I mean this is... I wish I could say more, add something, or say something profound, but what could possibly be said,
junk.
right? It's just I'm glad that this will be fixed soon. I have to watch where I'm walking, right? I got, again, like just house supplies down here too. But it's time to start packing this stuff, so that will be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that shit took forever.
Let's get this finished. Alright, so I think we should finally wrap this up, because that last clip that you saw was probably like 4 weeks ago now at this point. And this thing that I ordered for this wall, still not here. So the video is long enough. We're just gonna roll with it, and I'll talk about what was supposed to be here maybe in a different video or something, I don't know. For now, I just leave this camera equipment out. You can spot little Melissa right there. She is loving the place. Tons of room. She's got her cat condo right here. She likes to hide up there, over there, and also multiple other areas throughout the house. But anyway, let's cover up a few things. So games didn't change at all. That was really something where it was about getting them out of boxes, onto the
Dude,
shelves.
why does
I don't
he
think
need
there's any
that
good
many
way to,
PS
like,
Vitas? Like,
you know,
what the
plan
fuck?
exactly how you want it when there's that much stuff to do. So, and I still have to alphabetize. So really, this is largely unchanged, but I'll organize it better over time. But you know, I showed you the cable man.
Yeah, hopefully one day when I get like a bigger place, maybe I'll do an inventory room and then maybe I'll film it, but I don't know.
Management in the last few minutes of this video, so I'm still really.
How long would it take me to pack? Probably a week or so. I feel like if I like dedicated all my time to that,
happy with how that turned out. So
or at least a majority of my free time to it.
from a dead-on view, outside of like PSVR 1,
I mean, I don't have a ton of stuff. It's mainly just like furniture and like boxed up shit. So luckily I have most of my like inventory in my storage unit. It would be more of just like getting a truck and loading up furniture.
and like, you know, you can't really see many exposed cables. Same with the computer setup. There is a lot plugged in, and there's some wires running between the two for personal play, capturing footage. I mean, and you just can barely see anything. And I've got the cable channels, a lot of slack.
I wish my
mean,
desk was that clean.
love
I
how
got
that
so
turned out.
much
That's
shit
good.
up here.
This, I mean, it's been so long, right? PSVR 2 is out now. I got that right there. Great place to store it. You can take it in, out, because beautiful. Just one cable. Love it. Got some plushies. Still have the
Ew.
holes back there in case I want to like run power from here. Got to
Bro, you're a grown man. Get rid of the fucking plushies and just buy like a card. Like get a Typhlosion PSA graded card and put it right there.
fix this little LED that's kind of falling down because Melissa kept jumping up here. I didn't think she would get up there. Series X is vertical. That's also great. And then over here, I just put stuff up here just, you know, because again, like, just fill it in for now. I'm sure over time that'll be spruced up better. And then also the area rug. So let me tell you something. I unironically love leopard print, cheetah print, anything like that. So, so plush, so pretty, so beautiful. But yeah, this was also to help with my one mistake, which is, you know, I took out the carpet for the LVP flooring. Now I like that a lot. I mean, it looks nice, easy to clean, but
Yeah,
that was something where that was kind of naive on my part for somebody that does, you know, video on YouTube. And I mean, we're not trying to do like professional voice acting here, but the echo problem was worse than I thought it would be. But it's not so bad now. Got the room filled in, got better mics, so it's good for where we're at, right? Not terrible, but otherwise, this is pretty much it. So maybe we'll do an update in a year or so, but otherwise, I am quite pleased with how this all turned out. Now, there's one more thing I'd like to mention before we're done, and that's the very obvious thank yous, and it's
boring. Yo, let's see if we can find this. This has got to be depressing, man. This has got to be depressing. Oh my god.
I set the world record in February 2019. At that time, I had 20,139 games. The passion never stopped, and right now I stand around 22,840 games roughly. Hi, my name is Antonio Romero Montero. I hold the Guinness World Record for the largest video game collection in the world.
Hoarding.
It all started when I was a young kid. My passion for video games, and the amount of time and hours I spent playing, I couldn't even start describing that. And you know, as I got older, the passion was always
Let's hope he never has a flood or a fire, dude. What the fuck?
there, grew, and just kept simmering. When I finally started working and had started opportunity then to start buying more video games. It started with simply trying to buy some of the
Funkos.
games that I played as a child. One of the things I love about games is actually some of the fantasy side, some of the fiction, some of the imagination that comes with it.
I guarantee you he hasn't even touched 10% of those games.
The art style, you know, one way or another, it's become a part of way of how I think, how I act, and it's driven into parts of my
Dude, this is like the fortress of virginity.
being, in essence. So I get to share also one of the rarest PlayStation 4 games in the world. There's only 84 known copies of this game, and it was for sale for a very, very limited amount of time. And definitely comes with some backstory and some interesting components to how this was issued and published. But for me, one of the most hilarious part is the title and the theme of the game. Making it one of the rarest is a game called Poop Slinger. And I guess you can all imagine what the theme of the game is.
Oh my god.
This is one of the rarest PlayStation 4s in the world. So this is a limited edition Hitman PlayStation console. There's only one manufactured in the entire world, and it was originally put up as a raffle reward.
Oh, people actually win those raffles, bro? Like, I've never seen anybody actually win those custom consoles ever.
Promotional item for when the Hitman game came out on PlayStation 4.
That's
And
pretty
it's
cool,
shaped
honestly.
as the suitcase of the main protagonist of the game, Hitman. But it's a fully functional PlayStation system, and definitely pretty cool. So the continuation of my collection actually has nothing to do with the record. I quite openly, anybody that wants to challenge it, take the record, it's there for the taking. Okay. Really, the reason I keep on my collection is just for the continued passion and enjoyment. I do play quite a few games still, and the little spare time that I find to play it. But it's just an enjoyment. It's the challenge that comes with the collecting side.
It's an addiction. Don't sugarcoat it, bro. It's an addiction. Zongzina with the 2, he's a true gamer. That's right, man.
Gaming.
He's in too deep and he can't stop.
It's seeing titles that you've never seen before, finding some rare stuff. And nowadays I'm starting to play a little bit more with collecting items from Japan as well, which is pretty cool because you get to see how they looked in Japan versus how they look in the US, and some of the art contrasts of some of the minor details, which are pretty entertaining. You know, it's been fun. That's the biggest part about it. It's fun. Okay, it's fun to go out and find titles that you've played and you say, ooh, and reminisce about those experiences. And then slowly building up and achieving those collections. It's just a fulfilling component that I've enjoyed. And I think, you know, in the end, every one of us carries a certain passion, a certain hobby, something that we do to enjoy ourselves. And this is what I've chosen to do. It's just the experience with the games, the passion, the storytelling that comes with it, the art style, and all the memories.
Dude, the amount of time it would take to sell, process, and ship out this collection would take fucking years.
I relive every time I get to see these games, play them, and enjoy them with my family nowadays.
Don't touch that, you fucking idiot. It's valuable. Bruh. Yo, what is this shit?
Once upon a time, there was an 8-year-old boy who loved video
Oh
games
my
so
God.
much he wanted to play them all. Then, at the age of 12, he told his mother he wanted to collect them all. That was 32 years ago. Hi, my name is Joel, and welcome to my games room.
Holy fuck, dude. Oh my god.
There are a total of 5 individual game rooms in this game.
It looks like he's actually financially successful, to his credit.
House. Let's begin with the modern room. And we start off with my Xbox collectibles. Predominantly, this is an Xbox One collectible cabinet. It still needs a lot of tweaking, and yep, I need to fill it up. Over here, we have the PlayStation 4 collectible cabinet. My favorites here would be the Resident Evil house and Drake from Uncharted 4. And yes, I love Knack. That Knack poster too was given to me by Sony Japan. I also have priceless collectibles that fans send in, like this skateboard from Robert. This is where I keep all my joy pads for the modern consoles. And I also keep my handhelds here. This used to be our lounge room, and now it's become a shrine for Halo and Gears of War. We're in a modern room, let's check out modern hardware. 3 flat screen TVs, 2 LCDs,
Based.
and a
I would do
65-inch
that in my
OLED.
place.
I absolutely love this TV. This is where I spend my Friday nights with my family. My wife, my son Luke, we have an absolute ball. This area houses everything from...
That's how you do fucking couch co-op, motherfuckers.
My son Luke.
This is how you do couch co-op. Fuck that brokey, like, fucking split screen garbage. Hell yeah, dude.
We have an absolute ball.
Oh, and an MW3. All right, this guy's pretty based, man. I'm not gonna lie. He has, like, the fucking non-brokey gaming setup. He's got an MW3 poster. Like, we're off to a good start.
This area houses everything from Xbox 360.
Oh, I love that custom console, too. The Gears 3 Xbox 360. That shit's fire.
Right up to PS4 Pro.
R2-D2 one. That's pretty cool. Oh, I sold one of those. This was like the 500 million, whatever the fuck it was called, edition PlayStation 4. I think there was 50,000 of them made. I got one, and then I sold it for like over $1,000.
Well, in this corner I have my vinyl soundtracks and some lasers.
I sold that to somebody that a lot of you guys would probably know. I'm not going to say who it is, but he's pretty famous on Twitter for being a PlayStation guy.
This to go with that. I'm a massive Gradius fan, and who doesn't love Street Fighter? I love collecting video game soundtracks. I've got hundreds on CD, and now my obsession has become vinyl. The other thing I have an obsession with is game guides.
Oh, he's like DreamCastGuy, dude, with the game guides.
While we're speaking of books, my magazine collection. I have been collecting magazines for over 30 years.
You should get them graded, man.
Beginning with C+VG. These days I collect a new magazine, Retro Gamer, a modern magazine about retro games. I'm also very proud to have the full set of Amiga format. However, what I'm most proud of is my Zap 64 collection. Every one of these magazines I bought when I was a boy. That concludes this room and brings us on to the next room, the computer
This guy's got a lot of money, bro.
room.
You can tell everything is so like professionally those are expensive.
Okay, so now we're over at the Japanese computers. These are so close to my heart because I grew up with these things and no one else had them. X68000, a monster of a computer. Did you know they used this computer to program Capcom games back in the early 90s? This is one of the most popular Japanese computers of all time, the MSX. This one's a Sony
I don't think he's British. He sounds more Australian, but I don't know.
variation, the MSX2. And one of the kings of the Japanese computers, the FM Towns, made by Fujitsu. One of the first CD-ROM computers ever. Now, like all good computer rooms, you need a plan. This is Chuck, for all you LucasArts fans out there. Now we'll move on to the Western computers, and this is the Amstrad CPC 464.
Dude,
This
just
is
how
the
he has
actual one from my
everything
younger
set up
years.
is really
Then
nice.
we move over to the ZX Spectrum. I actually never had
You can
one of these
actually
computers
use
growing
it.
up, and boy, do I love it.
I think that's probably the thing I like the most is like all the shit's usable. It's not just like sitting in a fucking stack or like a box or some shit like that. He actually has stuff plugged in and turned on.
Now we move over to my first love, the Commodore 64. I fell in love with this computer the moment I saw it. I have every single version of the Commodore 64 for my second love, the Commodore Amiga 500. Now, back in the day, I was a huge cracker and hacker on the Amiga 500.
Cracker, oh shit.
Let's move on to the library itself.
Damn, man.
Up here, we're
That's
going to
offensive
start
to me.
with my Spectrum games. My favorite game on Spectrum would have to be Jetpack. This is my Commodore 64 library. There's thousands of them. Not only is this library functional, but it's actually a replica of a computer shop where I once worked. At the back, there are more Spectrum games, and behind me, PC games. Boy, have I learned to appreciate PC games over the last 5 years. What was I missing in the 90s? Yep, that's right, I never grew up with PC games. When I was growing up, I actually never owned an original Amiga game, but I'm making up for it now. I've currently got 600.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus.
All right, enough of this room. Let's head to the big library.
Damn, man.
Before we head
like,
into the
his
library,
house
I
is
want to show you the
huge.
hallway. We've got the arcade room, the retro room, and the library. So this is a connecting hub, and I have my retro collectibles here.
That Nintendo shit's worth a lot. I would assume he has a maid, bro. If he's got this much money, he's probably got a
I
maid.
have so many treasured memories and priceless collectibles. One of my most treasured collectibles is this Yamaha DX7 keyboard. That was actually given to me by Sega. Down this end of the corridor, we've got some PlayStation collectibles, including the 500 millionth limited edition. One of my absolute
Yeah, I had that.
favorites would be the Metal Gear Solid 5 console. For more information on collectibles and anything retro, you have to check out Ion Retro.
The Dreamcast, bro.
I would be here for weeks if I had to talk about everything in this library, so we'll just do major sections. This is a Sega section, and yes, I do say Sega like that. That's just how Australians say Sega.
Yeah,
so
he's
I'm going to start
Australian.
off with
There you
my
go.
prize collection, the full library of Japanese Mega Drive games. And yes, the incredibly rare Tetris. There is heaps to talk about in this section, and being one of my favourite companies, there's a lot of stuff here. Master System, Mark III, SG-1000, Game Gear, Dreamcast, and my full set of Saturn games. I will say there's not a lot of things put up yet, and I've made the room future-proof so I don't run out of space. That's happened a lot. This room's actually changed 7 or 8 times. We have 2 juggernauts here, the X68000 and the Neo Geo. The X68000 should be in the computer room, but I had to have them next to each other because they're so similar. Down this aisle I have vintage consoles such as the Intellivision, ColecoVision.
The Intellivision. Too bad the Amico won't be joining that collection. Yo, I still have those sealed Intellivision Amico games. I wonder if those will ever be worth anything. Probably not.
They need heaps of work. I've only just begun collecting for those guys. And the Atari 2600. Most of those games are from the late 70s, early 80s. This is my Amiibo collection, and this stuff can get so addictive. This all has the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U.
Oh shit, man. That GameCube section's nice. I think Keemstar has like a full GameCube collection, I believe. He has like a complete GameCube collection.
We're now moving to the back of the room, and the whole back of this room is Nintendo. Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, Game Boy Advance, and my beloved NES full set. My Famicom collection needs a lot of work, and it's probably my most played Nintendo console. Ending with Nintendo, we have the...
Dude, that's sick. Look how clean that box is. Holy fuck, that's in good condition. Damn, that's worth probably a fucking bag, bro. Jeez. Profit with the 2. I hope this guy has beefed up security. Lots of monies. Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
Give me money!
Incredible Nintendo 64. An amazing console that comes in so many colors. And yes, I own an Ultra 64.
I just want to know how this dude got all this money, honestly.
Now, with all these games, it's fairly obvious we're going to do...
Oh, shit, man. That's... Hold on. Where was it? Pokemon Battle Revolution? Dude, that game is so fucking goated. I should buy one of those sealed because the cover art's really cool for that game.
Now, with all these games, it's fairly obvious we're going to do game reviews. And one on the agenda, James Bond. I've actually got a prototype version of GoldenEye. My PlayStation 4 collection. Although not the biggest, because new games are so long, I like to finish the game before I buy another one. Otherwise, I just wouldn't finish games. Second to Nintendo, PlayStation would have the biggest footprint in this room. PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 American. On the far wall, Japanese PS2. An exhausting 20 years to get a full set of PS1 Japanese games. And I've just started on PS1 US games.
Wow. Like, this dude is, like, very deliberate. I think that's what I appreciate about this. Like, everything is neat, it's organized, well displayed, usable, and it's also extremely deliberate. Like, he's not just buying 85 of the same fucking thing in, like, dog shit condition. Like, all of this stuff is extremely clean, presentable, and valuable. That's impressive, man.
Finally, we get to the Xbox. Xbox original Japanese, full set.
That Gears fucking Xbox is sick.
Of Xbox games.
I always wanted to get one of those.
Xbox 360, one of my favorite all-time consoles.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
As I said, it's impossible to go through all the collectibles, the rarities, and all the video games in this library. With owning many complete sets, you have to check out Game Set Complete, where we take an...
Hey, hold on.
Owning many complete sets, you have to check out...
Bro, he has Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on display. Base, bro.
Out Game Set Complete, where we take an in-depth look at all the games on a particular console and the hidden gems. We are moving over to the Famicom box and the Super Famicom box. 2 jewels in my collection. These Japanese systems are quite rare and we will have a look at those on Ion Retro. Well, this is over 10 meters of retro consoles, all CRT.
Holy
this is my
shit.
mother's first color television set. It's a 1979 Rank Arena. It's not working at the moment. We are doing a story about this on story mode. One other segment on Last Gamer you must check out. This TV will be running ColecoVision, Atari, Intellivision, and all those pre-1982 consoles. Also, slightly out of chronological order, we have a Bang & Olufsen TV running a Jaguar, a 3DO, and a Fujitsu Marty. Here we have all the Sega consoles on this beautiful Blancpain TV. Now, as you can probably see, this is running RGB SCART. That's why we've got a clear, crisp picture. And you've just gotta dig these exclusive Sega speakers. You'll see them on What's in the Box Japan. Now we move over to the Nintendo section, and this has all the major Nintendo consoles: NES top loader, Twin Famicom, Super Nintendo NTSC, Super Famicom Japanese, N64, and the N64 DD drive. Even though there's only a few games on it, I do actually love F-Zero X on the DD. The other 2 consoles that are here are a PC Engine Duo and a Super Graphics. All the controllers for these consoles are kept in drawers underneath. All right, so now on this beautiful Sony PVM monitor, we are running a PlayStation 1. Underneath that is a Pioneer Laser Active. After PlayStation 1, we now move over to PlayStation 2. Again, another beautiful Sony PVM monitor. This one's slightly bigger. This is a 29-inch. This currently runs a PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. And the final CRT in this lineup is the Sony Wega. This runs all the consoles that can output component. GameCube, PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii. Now for me, the next step after CRT, well, it was Plasma. And I love my Pioneer Plasma. This is a 508 LX 1080p screen, and it is probably one of my favorite screens in the whole house. This houses last generation and this generation. The final thing to show you in this room
that's
is my
sick,
simulators.
man.
I love these simulators.
That's fucking dope, dude.
Forza 3.
I would do that in my house. Have like 3 or 4 racing sims lined up. That shit would be dope.
Horizon linked up,
That's
4
fucking
players,
sick,
fun
man.
for the whole family. That concludes the retro room, and now for the final room, a replica of my childhood arcade. Welcome to Flashback.
This shit is really impressive, honestly, man. This guy's got some fucking money, dude.
So this is it, my lifelong dream to have my own childhood arcade flashback.
Jesus Christ.
And I absolutely love it. It turned out much better than I first thought. All up, there's about 97 machines in this room. So we'll start off with one of my favorite games. Well, I'm gonna say that a lot in this arcade room, and that's 720. And that's kind of why it's first when you walk in, because at Flashback, 720 was kind of front and center. This is going to be Gauntlet and Gauntlet 2. This is currently not working. There are a few in the room that are not working.
Profit with the 2. This guy's in the business of fuck you money. So I want to know what he does. Like, honestly, he's got to be like some business owner. So like, dude, this is insane.
And that's the fun of it all.
You can't amass a collection this large and this nice without just tons of money.
And that's
Especially the space to store it all, too. Like, it's one thing to have it, but it's another thing to be able to display it like this. Like the custom shelving, you know, customizations to the house, like all that type of shit's very expensive.
that's what you've got to tune into Insert Coin,
His name is Last Gamer.
where we pull apart machines and rebuild them from scratch and make them museum perfect. So here's another one, a classic Atari 1983 Star Wars cockpit. Needs heaps of work.
That's
and I
fucking
can't
sick.
wait to get into that. Space Invaders, the first video game I ever played was in the arcade. Pac-Man, well, I love Miss Pac-Man, and that is actually my favorite of the Pac-Man series. Rolling Thunder, Bad Dudes vs.
I mean, dude, this is better than like a museum because everything is usable. That's the thing. It's not just like he's hoarding shit. Everything he has is like set up to be played and used and enjoyed. It's not just like motherfuckers stashing a bunch of shit in their fucking house, literally unable to walk through their bedroom because they have so much crap piled everywhere.
Dragon Ninja, APB, Zybots, Operation Wolf. These kind of games were the games I grew up on in the arcade, and that's why they're all on this top floor. Another classic is Road Blasters. This is a sit-down version, and again, it just oozes 1980s, and this is what I was playing at that time. We head back over to the middle to Super Sprint, which is on the back of 720 and Marble Madness. We head over here to
Profit with the 2. Also, that kid wouldn't need to work, just play games. Facts, man.
2 of the greats from Konami in the early 90s, and that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Simpsons. And another classic is Dragon's Lair. I've had this for decades, Mortal Kombat. How can you not have a Mortal Kombat if you've got so many arcades? Moving over to the final 2 is Xenophobe and Spy Hunter. I've grouped these together because NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat, Xenophobe, and Spy Hunter are all belly to belly.
Yo, there's a game called Xenophobe. That's based, man. Xenophobe. I'm sure that shit wouldn't fly today.
Jam, Mortal Kombat, Xenophobe, and Spy Hunter are all
That's
belly to
fucking
belly.
weak, bro.
We're going to rush through around the outside of the room first, and this
Midnight Mowell with the 5. First, this guy beats all other collection YouTubers with their small wall of virginity. Also, I love the fact that he plays with his family. Yeah, that's what I mean. Everything in this house is set up to be enjoyed. It's not like just hoarding. It's really cool. Honestly, like I can I'm not a big retro collector and shit, but I can appreciate this because it's all very like utilitarian in the sense. Like he didn't buy this shit just to fucking stare at it all day. He bought it to like actively enjoy, and it's set up in a way that it can be. Like this is the way to do a game collection, in my opinion.
This is my Neo Geo cabinet. I've had this for like
Unless you're doing sealed.
20 years. I absolutely love this cabinet. This is my Capcom upright section.
Obviously, if you're doing sealed shit, you shouldn't fucking touch it.
And we have Ghosts and Goblins, 1943, Bionic Commando, Black Tiger, Forgotten Worlds, Ghouls and Ghosts, and Street Fighter Champion Edition. So now we swing around to the back wall and we have pinballs all along this wall. There's 21 of them. I want more of it.
Shit, man.
You know, I didn't want to make the room so big that I'm just filling it up for the sake of it. So it's just games I really love. You cannot have an arcade room without an air hockey table. Had hours and hours of enjoyment with the family. My son and my wife play it constantly. I'm more of a fan of 80s and 90s arcade, but when they released Outrun 2, it quickly went to my top 10 at least. I just love this game, and to have 4 of them linked up, hours of fun. And Daytona 2, these are linked up. These are full deluxe ones that actually move left and right, and the wheel almost rips your arm off. It's that strong. Another favourite of my son's is House of the Dead 2 and Laser Ghost. Quite the rare game, this one. It's a 3-player gun game and very ahead of its time for back in the day. Now, as you can tell, there's a lot of Sega arcade machines in this room, and this is where all the stand-up stuff is. So these are 2 Net Cities, Ikaruga, one of my favourite shooters, Spider-Man, Crazy Taxi, Virtual Fighter 2, probably the best Virtual Fighter release. A lot of people ask why don't I just buy a main machine, but I prefer to have the real thing, what I grew up with back in the 80s and 90s. So now we're going to start in the centre, and this is it, my pride and joy, probably my favourite arcade in the room, Space Harrier. This is Enduro Racer, a lot of work needed on the bike, and I just can't wait to get my teeth into restoring this. Outrun, full moving deluxe with a 25-inch screen, Afterburner, another deluxe machine by Sega, Power Drift. I mean, these are the staples of Sega in my opinion. And Darius Burst would have to be one of my favourite shooters. You know, there's over 3,000 levels, and I connected it to Tato recently to get a new patch. Rare, you want to talk rare? This is Ferrari 355 Challenge 2. There was only 42 made in the world of this particular version, the yellow version. On the back of this is a game that has never been ported to console, another crime, and that is Scud Race. Next to Scud Race is Ferrari 355 Challenge. This is part 1 as opposed to the yellow one. And this is Virtual Racing Deluxe. An air compressor, airbag seats.
Midnight Mallwell with the 5. He's probably the business owner of a company working with electricity because his electric bill must be high as fuck to run everything constant. Yeah, I really want to know like what this guy does. Like,
makes you
this
feel
is really impressive.
Like you're actually driving a Formula 1 car. Coming to the end of Sega, we have Thunderblade, Turbo Outrun, and Super Hang-On. 3 small machines from Sega, but amazing games. And finally, a machine I have been looking for over 20 years, Quartet.
Yeah, speaking of looking for a game, I've been trying to find, I don't know like anything about old like fucking pinball machines or whatever, but like my dad is like really big into pinball machines, and I've been trying to find like, he wants like a Space Invaders pinball machine or something from like the 80s. And I have no, like, does anyone have any idea how much that type of shit costs? I'm just curious. I haven't been able to find one, but I have no idea like what the fucking value on that type of shit is. I would imagine it'd be like in the thousands, but I have no fucking clue. Blah blah with the 2. All he's missing in his house is a McDonald's. I know, dude. Really, he could charge people money to walk through this shit. 100%. Profit with the 2. Did he even put? Wait, did he put this in a mansion or where? This is a house, like an actual home. So this has to be like a fucking mansion or some shit.
That concludes the tour, and I hope you've enjoyed it. But this is only just the beginning. Tune in each Tuesday for Last Gamer Show, and each Friday for a special episode like Ion Retro in Cr1tikal and many more. Until next time, bye for now.
Of course he has a gaming car, bro. So Joel Hopkins, let's see. Is this the same guy? Hold on, I need to see a picture again.
That concludes.
No. Yeah, that's definitely not him. I found a director. Yeah, I just want to know what he does, man. I'm trying to see. I found like an article on him. Let's see. He owned a video game store in the 1990s. He's worked for companies such as Microsoft that gave him front row access. There you go. All right, so he probably got really big in the tech industry. All right. He probably got in early at Microsoft and made a fuck ton of money. Got it. He's a tech bro. Damn, man. Regeneration with the 215K for pinball machine. That doesn't seem right. A listing on eBay for Space Invader pinball game for $6,500. That's not too bad. Yeah, I just have no idea. Like, what is a fucking, like, let's see. Space Invaders pinball machine price. There's one for $5,000. Local pickup only. $5,000. Make offer. I wonder if one's sold. Yeah, I just have no idea. I mean, I guess 6,500 is not terrible. That one looks like it's in pretty good condition. I just have no idea on the price of that type of shit. I've never like looked to like price any of that stuff before. But I think that'd be a really cool like gift to get my dad at some point. I know he would use it because like one time when we went down to the beach in the Outer Bank, I think it was Virginia Beach. I think we went to go stay in Virginia Beach, and they have like an arcade down there by the boardwalk or whatever, and like literally my fucking dad was playing like, I think it was a South Park pinball machine actually, which was kind of funny. He sat on that thing for like 4 hours, bro. So like I know my dad would fucking play it, so it'd be kind of cool to have. And then I asked him like, what's your favorite pinball machine? And he said that one. So I feel like that'd be something cool to get him at some point. Would be like that Space Invaders machine. I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll sell some cards and then shoot the guy like an offer like, oh, I'll give you $3,000 for it, and then see what he actually wants. Because if he has best offer on it, which he does, that means he doesn't expect to get 6,500. You don't expect to get 6,500 if you have something listed as best offer. So pinball is a low-key addictive? Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know, man.
Tour, and I hope you've enjoyed it. But this is only just the beginning. Tune in each Tuesday for Last Gamer Show, and each Friday for a special...
I don't really have like an arcade machine I would probably buy and play very much. Although I would love to get a skee ball machine. I think that'd be fun.
...episode like Ion Retro, Insert Coin, and many more. Until next time, bye for now.
How did Griffin have trouble finding a pinball? Well, that one wasn't listed when I looked last time, dipshit. Come on now. Yeah, so there's the credits, so we're done. I'm just like curious, man. What is... I really want to know. I mean, I guess working at Microsoft pays very well. Dude, how does this guy not just get like a fuck ton of views? Like, fuck all these other retro gaming channels. Like, this motherfucker is legit. I wouldn't even bother watching other people. Like, honestly, what the fuck are you gonna get? Like, what the fuck, dude? This guy has, like, literally everything. You don't play billiards? No, I've never played pool. I mean, I shouldn't say I've never played it, but it's like, I've never seriously played pool. I used to, one of my friends had it, and I used to dick around with it, but never, like, actually taking it seriously. Yeah, I don't know, man. Every single game collection video I feel like now is just really fucking disappointing. I feel like nobody else can, like, really flex a game collection. Like, what the fuck are you gonna flex? The fact that you got a couple hundred games or some shit, like, nobody fucking cares, bro. This guy literally has everything. The motherfucker literally has everything. He's got a whole fucking, like, scaled arcade in his home. What the fuck can you even do at that point? I don't fucking know, bruh. Like, at least with cards, dude, I can be like, yeah, well, I have like one of fucking 12 in the world of this one. So that's like somewhat impressive, but like with video games, they're like literal commodities. So they're literally commodities. It's not like any of them are truly rare. I mean, unless you want, you know, Shit Slinger for the PS4 like that other guy had. But yeah, I don't know, bro. That's rough. I mean, that kind of has me, like, I'm thinking about how I could customize my house now. Like, what the fuck, dude? That shit was really impressive. I like that. But see, I would get, like, card displays, not for video games. Although I do have a bunch of video games I would display. Also, I need to check, how much is Pokemon Battle Revolution sealed? I want to get that brand new. I forgot about that. Condition, new. I kind of want the Japanese one because it looks really sick. How much is it sealed? 150? Really? That's it? Yo, I may pick that up. That's cheap. That's cheap, bro. $140. You can get them already. Oh, I can already get it graded for $200. That's a no-brainer. All right, I may buy that. Fuck. Check this shit out, guys. Look at that. That's dope. You got like the nice Palkia and Dialga up front, Pikachu, Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon. Like, that's like all of the only thing it's missing is Giratina and it would literally be perfect. That's a steal, dude. 270? What do you guys think? Should I buy that? That kind of seems like too good of a price. $200? Like, or I guess closer to 300. And I mean, it's a 9.6 A+ seal. So it's in like basically mint condition. Watch the video on the right, this one. Buying the entire collection. Alright, we can watch it. Why not?
Okay, so you just want it all gone then, you don't. The training ball is the valuable part, yep.
Yeah.
Is that in there? And then for the piece that made my jaw drop, I could not believe my
A fucking Star Wars engagement ring?
eyes.
Froggy flips.
It's pretty early in the morning. I got an hour out of the picture. Wow.
Dude, some of the Star Wars shit's wild.
Some good stuff there.
Honestly, I'm just looking to, one, get rid of it.
Have I
two-
seen... Oh, we can watch... Sure, we can watch that. Penguin Zero card collection. I've never seen his card collection, but... Shows his Yu-Gi-Oh collection. TCG.
Yeah, dude, this has been super fun. As always, it's amazing to have you on, and I'm glad that you joined during this. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, result, that set.
What year was that? Was that 2000 and...
See, this is the only time I ever watched Critical, man, is when he used to do Yu-Gi-Oh openings. That was literally it. When he was, like, doing, like, the crazy fucking YouTube openings of, like hundreds of booster boxes and shit. Like, I used to watch him a lot because it was entertaining and he didn't do, like, fucking gay-ass card tricks and shit. He would just open up boxes like a motherfucker, and that shit was interesting to watch.
I think it was like somewhere in that ballpark. Like, it might have been even later, like 2009. It had all those like goofy, wacky misprints. It has like the Rainbow Dragon misprint Ghost Rare, which is in that frame.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That's
you have that?
Yeah, and then I
love
also
Yu-Gi-Oh
have
cards.
The Magic Formula Secret Rare 9.5, baby.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's
Whoa.
crazy.
These were hard to find, and then I believe...
Dude, why are we looking at fucking, what, Indian Harry Potter here? Like, show the fucking guy showing his cards, bro. Nobody cares about you.
And I'm sure you know this.
Like, what the fuck?
Before Konami had Yu-Gi-Oh!
Dude, we don't
Namco
care.
Bandai had Yu-Gi-Oh! They printed, I think it was 120, a set of 120, and they had a couple promo cards. So I have all 120, and I have every promo. It was Gate Guardian, Swords of Revealing Light, the Ultimate Blue Eyes, the Chain, and the Mirror Force. The Mirror Force being this was one of their promos.
Oh, dude, the coloring, it's like, it's so bad because it's Bandai, but it's amazing.
It's some dog shit, yeah. This is some ass, man.
There's a newer video. What's it called? This one? That's 2 years.
I think it's time that I finally admit this publicly on YouTube. So let's start with what collectors consider the holy grail of Yu-Gi-Oh! Collecting.
sick.
Legend of Blue Eyes First
I used to have all this shit, bro.
Edition. Also, you can see my reflection in the frames here, so
I used to
don't
have
be
all this
alarmed.
stuff.
I'm well aware here. Look like a fucking photo of Sasquatch in the background. And if you see a semi-chub start
Damn, bro. Those corners are fucked, though.
to rise, don't worry. That's just how I get when I look at these Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So, of course, you got the Dark Magician and the Blue Eyes being the most coveted. That little naughty girl is a PSA 10, goes for like 100 grand or something absurd.
Yep.
Then you got the full Exodia set with Monster Reborn as the penis there, a little creative artistic liberty from Charles, and then the two secret rares at the bottom. Now, I want to come in here and just go ahead and let you know right now, nothing in my collection is PSA 10 or even close. A lot of it's like PSA 1 or 0. I was buying this shit cheap as fuck. Because for me, I'm never going to grade these cards. I think grading is a giant
He made
scam.
it yesterday? All right. Shit, man.
I was in...
He made it yesterday? Which one is it? Bro, just tell me like the I finally listened to you. Okay.
I'm sure we've all had that experience of someone telling us they're going to do something, but they never really do. They just keep making excuses and pushing it further and further down the line until you eventually forget about it or you just die of old age. Well, that's what I've been doing to a lot of you for about a year now. And today I'm finally putting a stop to it. I've been listening and just...
Grading is not a scam. Grading is great because you know exactly the condition of the cards you're buying. It's protected. And you have a value reference. Grading is great. I love grading because it makes it so you can handle cards without worrying about them getting damaged. Like, if anything, I hate binders because, like, you can only look at it in the fucking binder. Whereas, like, a PSA slab, I can pick it up, hold it, take it outside, look at it in the light, you know, check out the front, back without having to slide it in and out of a fucking binder and shit. You don't have to worry about condition. It's protected. Grading is great, dude. I don't know how grading is a scam.
Decision to not do what you've been asking me, but I'm done with my rebellious stage now. I'll play ball, I'll play along. So, what am I talking about? I'm sure you've noticed, over the last year or so, I've slowly built up this room until it's resembled this fucking 16 chapel I'm in right now, and a lot...
Bro, I've taken graded cards out in the sun all the time, the fuck?
of people have been asking me to, like, do a little room tour because they thought it was cool as I was slowly adding things in here like it was a goddamn Sims character's room. And I just kept saying, oh yeah, I'll eventually do that once I get this or that. Oh, I'll do it, you know, in like a week or two once I find the Tesseract or the Allspark and put it in here in a display case and this and that. Just always making up excuses and pushing it further down the line. And one of the biggest complaints that came from this is when I originally had the Godslap poster behind me, the previous one before this new one, it eventually slipped out of the frame and was like hanging down, and it was really mismatched and uneven for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And people blew
I
a
noticed
gasket.
that.
They were having a conniption, begging me to fix it, but all I kept saying is, oh, I don't need to fix it. I'm getting a new frame soon. And that went on for months. I was leading you on like your crush who wasn't reciprocating your feelings but was still just pretending to, knowing full well that the frame wasn't in production or anything until very recently. The point is, a lot of people have been asking me to show off this room that I've been building for quite some time, and today I'm finally going to do that. I mean, shit, the whole point in me switching rooms in the first place was because this one's a little bit bigger, so I had more space to play with, and I've just been really slow to do that. I'll also go ahead and quickly answer the question people also ask of what did I do with the other room. I just mainly use it for storage now. So when you first step foot in my dojo, my domain, you'll see this Godslap frame on the floor because I haven't decided where I want to hang it. I have been framing more shit than a supervillain.
Is Godslap like his comic book or what?
In an old 90s noir cartoon. I have become obsessed with framing things I like, and of course I love Godslap. It's our comic series, issue 3.
Oh, yep, there you go.
Just dropped. Here's a little shameless plug for that. So that's the first thing you'll see when you come in. Then you walk past my dog tent here, which has a motion-activated booby trap, which is a talking toy that just spouts the scariest shit in the middle of the night, saying
got some
things
nice
like,
shit on the
I found
wall.
you, I see you, and the one you just heard, oh no, that kind of shit. It's literally like a jump scare device, but not for my dogs, just for me in the middle of the night. That's where Kata usually sleeps, and she gets to sleep right next to this beautiful collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Everything is first edition. I even bought a display case to show off even more cards and make it look absolutely beautiful.
That's sweet.
Just drop dead gorgeous. So the framed cards behind it were complete sets like Legend of Blue Eyes First Edition. Here's all the collector's rares, OST packs, Turbo Pack, Astral Pack. Those with a keen eye will also notice the original.
Dude, that's
tournament
fucking
pack card here,
sick.
the Mechanical Chaser, Needleworm, Morphing Jar. Then there's the 1998
Those are fucking cool.
Bandai set.
I love
Yu-Gi-Oh
those old Bandai cards.
cards, including
Pokemon has really cool Bandai cards as well. They're called Bandai Cardass. Carddass. Card Ass. But yeah. The old Bandai cards for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon are sick.
that original Mirror Force. There's my Dual Knight Championship trophy that I won in a tournament with Team Samurai, where I absolutely popped the fuck off and slapped everyone around. And then just more beautiful cards that I really like. So a lot of Dark Magicians, a lot of Blue Eyes. Here's some boxes that I opened, including a Legend of Blue Eyes first edition box.
That's sweet, dude.
And those binders there contain every single Yu-Gi-Oh card ever printed in ultra rare and above. Now, before showing you more of this holy sanctuary, I would like to take a quick break to talk about today's video sponsor, Rocket Money. Big thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring.
Rocket Money. Go spend it all on fucking cards.
Free. Here's some shelves that I filled with items that are important to me. So there you can see the Mummy Collector DVD set, which is Mummy 1 and 2 right there, my two favorite movies. Then, of course, I have the Streamer Awards Variety Streamer of the Year winner trophy.
Yo, Base, he has Fate Zero. I have Fate Zero. Hold on. Let me grab it real quick. I have a special edition of it, though, that's still sealed, so not to flex or anything. But, yeah, I have a sealed copy of Fate Zero. It's like the one fucking anime-related item I own. Let's see. Oops. I knocked over a bunch of shit. Yeah, I got, like, hold up. I'll send a picture to myself real quick. I got, like, the special edition or whatever. This bitch was, like, $200 or $300, I think. I don't remember. But I was like, fuck it, why not? But, yeah, it's pretty nice. Maybe I should get that. Can you grade movies? I wonder. I wonder if there's a market for that. I would grade it. Let's see. Send it to myself. I'm sure somebody has to encapsulate movies. Dude, if they encapsulate video games, they've got to encapsulate movies. Yeah, see, this is my special edition. See, you get like the bonus material and special content, bro. But yeah, it's like a 2 fucking disc set thingy. I don't know. It's pretty sick. But yeah, this is the one anime thing I own. Exposed. Weeb confirmed.
These are anime that I absolutely loved growing up or currently do love. And then here's all of my favorite albums from when I was young. So you're going to... Hybrid Theory is my favorite album of all time, but you're going to see some fucking bangers in here. So you got Deftones, White Pony, fucking 1000 Foot Crutch, Tool, Cybreed, Soilwork. Like it's all the bangers. Boner jams on top of boner jams. And then these are my favorite cartoons growing up. So like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Avatar, Invader Zim, all of that. Just a lot of good nostalgic things that I'd like to fill this shelf with. Right next to that, I have this frame filled with every Starlight rare for Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever printed.
Sick.
Underneath that is every Ghost rare from Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever printed, including the Error Ghost rares like the Rainbow Dragon. And then underneath that, I have the entire Gold Star Pokemon set, and of course a Shining Charizard, which I didn't want graded, but the only one available was a graded one. I think
just crack it out.
Grading cards is a fucking scam. That's my hot take for this video. I think that shit
That's a pretty hot take.
is worthless. Unless you're trying to like buy and sell the cards, but with anything aside from that, don't even bother fucking grading them. But yeah, here's all my Gold Star Pokemon cards I've collected over the years, and then here's full set.
I strongly disagree with that.
So here's the entire Team Rocket set. Most of these I pulled.
For everybody that's not a multi-millionaire in the chat who buys trading cards, grade them, because yeah.
Myself from first edition.
He like Cr1tikal is able to replace them easily. Let's put it that way. Like if Cr1tikal like bends his fucking Dark Charizard or some shit, you know, an $800 card's not going to be a fucking nightmare to him. But you know, let's say you're showing somebody your $800 Charizard, they drop it and it fucks it up. You're going to be a little pissed off.
In boxes a couple years ago. Next to that, we have probably my favorite set. This is all first edition Neo Genesis cards. A lot of these I pulled.
That Typhlosion in a 10 is worth multiple thousands because of how notoriously hard it is to grade. That's a really fucking sick Typhlosion, though. I like that. I think that's T17 Typhlosion.
Probably my favorite set. This is all first edition Neo Genesis cards. A lot of these I pulled myself as well.
What do I mean grading? Here. I have a graded card next to me at all times, because I deal in Pokemans. Actually, I may have a picture on my phone already. Let me see. I'm sure I do of a graded card. Fuck, man. What do you mean by graded cards? So here. Is that a good picture? Yeah, that's good enough. Alright. Did it send? Yeah. Here you go. That's what a graded card looks like. So you get it in this nice little plastic slab. And it says like 2006, Ho-Oh EX, Pop Series 3, the grade, Mint 9, and then the cert number. But yeah, there you go. There's an example of a graded card. This like thing is what you get when you buy from eBay for expensive cards. So don't pay attention to the blue thing. It's just what it ships in. But yeah, there you go.
Here's all first edition.
Yeah, the birds are chirping, man.
Snorlaxes.
I got my window open.
Ed, all hollows, of course. So the main goal with my Pokemon collecting was I wanted to get every single card that's ever been printed in first edition, which is only the first 11 sets when Wizards of the Coast had it, and then they eventually stopped doing first eds. But I just love first edition cards in general.
Well, Wizard of the Coast stopped doing first edition as well, but it's okay.
So I wanted to collect all of those, and then I eventually added the Gold Star to that list that I wanted to finish the collection of because I already collected a few of those from when I was younger. So that's kind of the gist of my Pokemon collection. These are all of those first edition sets fully completed. So there you can see like the Shining Gyarados and everything like that. Next to that you can see the Shining Mewtwo, Shining Tyranitar, Shining Raichu. All wonderful cards, a great set.
I love this Tyranitar. That's a sick card.
And then next to that is just some miscellaneous cards from when I was a kid. So like the Ancient Mew. And
Ancient Mew the goat.
Some other sentimental, priceless treasure that I collected from when I was a young boy. I completed my Pokemon collection, so I don't currently still collect them. I do with Yu-Gi-Oh, but my Pokemon one I consider completed, so I beat that addiction to Pokemon cards. Here's my base set first edition Pokemon cards. These are the holy grail of Pokemon collecting. I think they're absolutely beautiful, so I got a great frame for those. Right atop my G Fuel fridges, which are filled with Divine Peach. Next to that, I have these shadow boxes for my favorite pieces of merch that we've made. So the Moist hoodie, the Moist Esports track jacket, and the Moist Esports jersey. All of these go so fucking hard. I swear to God, wearing that merch feels better than wearing my own fucking skin. And then there's this stunning piece here, this Moist Global light up sign that was made by a company called Brynic Solutions. And really this whole room is just kind of a museum of shit that's important to me. And I've got this whole motherfucker RGB gamer light.
That shit's cool though, those Yu-Gi-Oh! Ghost Rares. I love those. They're so expensive though. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are dumb fucking expensive, even raw.
Out of the wazoo.
Graded Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like fucking stupid, but raw Yu-Gi-Oh! Even is like really expensive. I have this one right here, the Ghost Rare Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and the Ghost Rare Blue Eyes White Dragon. I pulled both of those actually.
Here, so everything's got like lights on it. It looks like you're in a fucking spaceship that's piloted by the biggest nerd in the cosmos.
They both graded 9, which I was surprised.
I made for my favorite video games and video game consoles. Unfortunately, a lot of my favorite games and all of the things that I used to play growing up, I traded into GameStop like 10 years ago, which was like literally 1,000 games and countless memories, all of which went to GameStop's cum dumpster, and they gave me $15 in return for all of it or something. That screwdriver there isn't like an homage to Tommy Pickles or anything. I just forgot it there after building something. But yeah, it's kind of the whole video game shrine. Here's my PC. It's of course a Starforge. It's on top of these shelves, which just kind of house a bunch of cords that I might need at some point, so I just put them all in there. This is my battle station, my little gamer zone. It's a pretty standard 3-monitor setup, nothing too wild and wacky about that. I used to only use 1 monitor, then I graduated to 2, but then I really fucking saw the light with 3 after a buddy of mine convinced me that it was worth it. So I realized that Up until I got that third monitor, I was granny shifting, not double clutching like I should. Yeah, it's lucky I didn't blow the fucking welds off the intake. And then that's my water glass, which is the most generic chalice of all time. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this probably drinks from the exact same glass, because it seems like that's the most common fucking thing in the world. Also, I just noticed there's a bit of a leak here, but I don't feel like re-recording it, so I'll just go ahead and call attention to it, and this will be how I announce it, I guess. That top monitor is actually the cover to another comic series I've been working on for the last year called Plague Seeker. So that'll be coming out later this year. And now we get to the stuff you see behind me in every video. So these are the YouTube play buttons, as well as that slippery when wet sign that my dad made, which I think was absolutely adorable. This is a nice little fireplace shelf unit that I haven't really used yet. I haven't decided what to put there. And then here's the new God Slap poster display and comic book display. This bad boy replaced the previous posters, which a lot of people called attention to for being uneven.
Dude, I like that fucking TV stand. That thing's sick.
So now you can rejoice and sleep easy knowing that that's no longer a problem. Yeah, so that's the whole room so far. I do still plan on adding quite a bit to it until every goddamn inch of this room has something on it that means something to me. I've become really into like decorating this room. So yeah, but maybe I'll do another room tour in like another year. But anyway, that's about it. So yeah.
Yeah, my room tour is pretty fucking boring. I've got like one like shelf of like shit on it. But yeah, that's about it. And then I have like my 2 display cases for cards, and then everything else is just in like boxes. Like storage boxes and shit. Like all my inventory and stuff I have in like these big like slab holders. But yeah, I don't have anything like super exciting display wise. Like all my shit's pretty boring. Yeah, I got a dusty keyboard. That's right, bro. Dusty keyboard, dusty stream deck, dusty audio mixer. You could probably see, I think in the past I've shown you guys my fucking Hennessy thing. And then my Songbird statue. But yeah, I got a lot of dust. I don't like the dust because then it just comes right back a week later, bro. It's not worth dusting in my opinion. Like shit. Especially because like the fucking place I'm in is older. So, like, the vents and shit just have a bunch of dust in them. So, it's like all dust, and then, like, 2 days later, it's all right back. And it's like, I don't fucking care. Like, it's just a little dust, bro. Dude, my office tour is nasty. I have to clean this shit up. I have stuff everywhere. Like, I got a stack of 200 fucking, like, PSA ready cards. I got a stack of, like, bulk cards. I got a stack of like some fucking slabs right here, which you can hear. You know, of like some cards I just bought. I've got notebooks everywhere. Like, I got my notebook for writing down shit for streams. I have my notebook for purchases I'm gonna make. I've got like my fucking notebook for like shit I write down that I need to fucking do. I've got some more slabs over here, 2 controllers. Like 4 or 5 fucking empty water bottles. Yeah, my place is a fucking mess. I would need to clean this bitch up like crazy. But I mean, it's a pretty decent setup, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm pretty happy with it. So it gets the job done, we'll put it that way. But yeah, I got my laptop on top of my printer. Because like the printer stopped using Wi-Fi to print, so I had to plug it in up top. So I've been like standing and using my laptop on top of my printer as like a standing desk. But yeah. You have the Notes app on your phone? Ew. I don't like Notes apps. See, if I write shit down, I don't ever have to reference it. That's the nice thing. Especially when it comes to personal stuff. So like if I go through the act of writing something down, I remember it. So yeah, that's I'm key right there. But yeah. I got a bunch of shit, man. We got like 3 businesses running out of here, basically, I guess. I mean, I got my reselling stuff, I got my YouTube set up, and then I have my work set up in here too. Like, the way I have my desks is I have two, like, large IKEA desks, and they're L-shaped together in the corner of a room. And my 3 YouTube monitors are, like, on 1.5 of the desks. Then I have 2 other monitors, one horizontal, one vertical, a keyboard and mouse setup, and a place for me to plug in my laptop to. And that's my work setup, and that's on the other side of the L. And then, yeah, just a bunch of boxes and shit behind me, because I don't really have much places to store stuff other than the storage unit I have. But, yeah, I got like 3 businesses running out of here, so gets the job done, but it gets cluttered really fast. Show it, dude, it's way too messy to show a pic. I'd be embarrassed. I got, oh, fuck. Hear this? I don't know if the mic's picking that up, but I got a big bottle of Miralax, bro. Hell yeah. Just in case for emergencies, I guess. I forgot this was up here. Like, there's just a bunch of random shit everywhere, is I guess the point I'm trying to make. It's really messy. Yeah, there's the Switch games. I got my Bleach, some of the Bleach cards I opened up. I opened a few packs of Bleach cards. I didn't get anything crazy. I mostly got holos, though, so that was surprising. But the Bleach cards are small. They're like Yu-Gi-Oh card sized. The floor? Actually, my floor is pretty neat, bro. Like, my floor is pretty good. It's just a bunch of boxes stacked up with, like, sealed product and stuff in there that I need to go take to my storage unit. But, yeah, the floor is pretty clean other than cable management, which doesn't exist because I don't believe in that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck about cable management. Cable management is a massive fucking waste of time. But yeah, I need to clean this shit up, and then maybe I'll take a picture one day and show you guys. I mean, it's not like disgusting or anything. It's just lots and lots of clutter. Like, I have a bunch of empty, like, packs and fucking shipping materials. Yeah. Clorox wipes from when Apollo shit on the floor last time. Cleaning supplies for that. If you guys remember when he shit on the floor the other night. I still have the cleaning supplies up on my desk. I've got a copy of Returnal up here, too, for PS5 that I don't even own the console for. I've got a little roll of silver coins. Hell yeah. But yeah. Exciting shit, guys. I will say my desk setup is a lot better than Cr1tikal, so 100%. Can confirm. With absolute certainty. Hey, yo, got that change? That's right. About $800 worth of silver coins just sitting out. Like, fuck, man. I probably should put those in my safe. Like, shit. But yeah, they've just been sitting out for the past 2 years, basically. How do people at their rooms become disgusting? I don't know. I mean, my room's not like fucking, you know, ADHD, or not ADHD, OCD clean or anything like that, but it's not like gross. It's just dusty. It's just dusty, bro. Watch the top middle. I don't know, man. I probably need to go to sleep. I probably should hop off, guys. It's 6:15. Shit. Damn, man. Time flew. I didn't realize I was live for like 7 fucking hours. My desk got 2 monitors and my CAC reader. That's all. I see. You got that DoD access? Do old Chuck E. Cheese coins? Probably not, man. I don't think they're rare at all, but maybe. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hop off, everybody. Have a great Saturday, because I guess it's Saturday for everybody at this point, so I won't say have a good night. But have a great weekend, and yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Peace out, everybody.